Hello and welcome to the final round of this season in Super Champs. This time we are doing the international layout at Daytona Milton Keynes. As you can see, the track is quite damp, and that is because we are pretty much racing in a cloud, to be honest with you. So this format is the heat format. So there's a 10-minute practice session that then will follow into a 10-minute heat race, which has a random grid, and then the second heat race is also 10 minutes, which is a reverse of the grid of the first heat, into a 15-minute final. The final grid is determined on how well you did in the heats, but you get points throughout, so it's important to have good heat results. So coming into this final round, we are technically second in the championship. We can't win it, that's too far gone, but we are 2 points ahead of third, so still all to play for. Our championship rival is currently starting on pole in this heat, and we are in P6, so the aim here is just to try and beat him in every heat and hopefully beat him in the final to secure second in the championship. So heat 1 is underway. We get a not bad start here, and being on the outside is always a bit preferred in my opinion, having a little bit more grip. But also here, just trying to find our way to go, so I'm going to sneak to the inside here, just follow Morris through. This curb's where all the grip is, so kind of just make sure I can get to that and hope for the best, but we go side by side with this kart here, and he's still on our outside, so we're going to have to kind of go to the inside again and kind of tippy-toe our way round, see if we can get back through again. But you can see the white line on the outsides is so much more drippier, so again we're side by side now, but now we're going to have the drippier line, and the kart on the inside span, and he's just missed us, and he's missed everyone as well. That could have been disastrous. I have no idea how that wasn't a bigger crash than it is, but we are through. Again, that was not too bad right there. We're into P5 now, and in these tricky conditions we just need to see if we can get to our championship rival. That's all where my brain is focused right now. Is just kind of head down, see if we can beat him. It's more of a straight shootout. I don't really care where I come in any of these heats or in the final. As long as I beat him, that's all what it comes down to. Again, through this final corner now, we've got a lovely run on Morris in front, but we're just going to push him down the straight here. Going to just work together in the toe, see if we can gain a little bit more time on the karts in front. So we're going to pull to the wet line now. I know he likes to do this curb on the inside, but I struggle to do that, but I think it is grippy there, so we get through. But we've gone a little bit deep, and we've gone off. Absolute melon, and the kart in front's also spanned as well, so we've kind of lost one, gained one. It's kind of all a bit of a mess, but now we're on the outside going into the final corner, so we're going to have a better run, hopefully, down this start, finish straight. He tries to cover us off a little bit, but we do get to the inside. We are able to cover him, so up into third, so very eventful first lap there. Quite decisive with a lot of our moves and able to make up good progress, and now it's just hunt down our rival, who is in second at the minute, so all is looking good. Because we know the next heat will be a reverse grid, we know that he will start last, because he started pole in this one, and we're still going to have a mid-pack finish, so as it stands, it's going to be okay. As we jump forward into the race now, we have now firmly caught up to the back of him. I felt like we had some good pace here in these early stages of the race. Again, it's just about kind of utilising it and just getting by him. That is my goal. Again, we sort of trying a little bit of a shallower line there, just to see if we ever did pull alongside, what's the traction like, and things like that. And here it's just trying to sort of make our way past. We got two favourite opportunities to overtake really, and this corner isn't really one of them, but this next left is probably my favourite. But the kart in front, he loves this inside line, it goes wide, so it does allow us now to try and do our favourite overtake and mount this curb and then just slide up in front of him. The lovely slide drop, we get a huge whack in the back, and it breaks something on the rear of the kart. We can see now we let go of the wheel, and she is pulling massively to the left now. We can feel it, we can feel her dragging as well. She's no longer got any of the acceleration that she had, and she's really pulling to the left, and at this point I thought we were going to sink like a stone. It was just basically just trying to hold on to survive. She was so sketchy at this point. I could feel going through the left-handers, like for that fast left there, she wanted to oversteer so much more, and through the right she just didn't want to turn. Right-handers now were just all over the place. Again, we take the hands off the wheel one more time, and she's just put him. So again, through these corners here, you can see he tries to fight back on the inside, but there's no real threat there. We've got the faster line around the outside. But yeah, through these left-handers, she's so oversteery on the back. She just wants to rotate so much more. I don't know if it's been the toes being knocked out of alignment or something on it, but it was a big hit. And then through the right-handers, we're just struggling. But again, we're ahead of our rival. I think it's 1 point per place in these heat races, so if we went in at 2 points in front of him, if we can stay where we are going to currently finish this race 3 points in front of him, so it's still all to play for, still all very tight, and it's just drive it as fast as I can right now, but also be mindful that she's just trying to kill me at every corner, and it's just don't crash, don't do anything silly. We just need to get the points in the bank. It's kind of like just playing the percentages, really. There's no point trying to be a hero and just win everything, because it's not what we need to do. The championship's more important than just a heat race or a round, let's say. But after all that, we kind of do make it through and onto the final lap now. We do somehow manage to hold on to second place. Again, the kart's pulling, and just coming across the line here, you'll see how much she really does start to pull. We're going to let go of the steering wheel, and yeah, completely drives to the other side of the track, so... On to Heat 2 now. So, Heat 1 was a good result. We got the kart we were in last time swapped out, so that no one will get that one again, so we've got a fresh kart. On to the next heat. So, inside line this time, it's going to be kind of trickier because it's not much grip, we just understeer so wide, and now we're 3 wide, there's nowhere to go, and I give that guy in front whiplash, and I'm sorry about that. But again, we're kind of still stuck in the middle, we can't really get to the inside, and we've kind of just been pushed out, beaten up, and we've had a good start to dropping back down now. Now we're alongside our rival, really, so it's not really that good, but we're able to get the wide line around the outside, and it does give us a better run now, so we are in front of the person we're fighting for, which is all good. Again, we kind of just try and slide up the inside here, but it's so little grip in the middle. Coming down this straight now, we're forced to have to take the inside line and just tippy-toe it round. I'd rather be on the outside, but luckily the kart on our outside was so tentative, we were able to actually make it work. We're able to gain another position there. Again, although he does fight back on the inside, but it's going to be so much quicker now on the outside line. We can see they're all fighting behind, so the start wasn't great, but we are still in front of our rival, so as the mission goes, it's still good. So we get a decent run here through that corner, and we get a lovely run past here. Nice easy overtake. Just looking over to make sure when we're clear, because we want to be on the outside line for this next corner. And that's just a case of just hunt them down and see what we can do. Again, I feel like at this point it was one of those ones where it's like we're still in with the lead bunch, just kind of kicking myself a little bit, because I feel like with the pace we had in the first race before we had the mechanical failure, we could have definitely be miles more up the road than where we are now if we had a better start, but we are where we are, so we just have to dig in and just keep up with it. Luckily we can see the karts in front are squabbling, which does allow us to catch up again. So hopefully we can just, again, work our way through and pick them off one by one. But it's crucial that everything is clean. We can't pick up any silly penalties. We are ahead of our rival, which is what we need to do, so every move has to be clean. So we do get a lovely run here out of that corner. We do show our nose, we do look to the inside. Again, I don't really like this line because you have to really tippy-toe it, but we're going to try and slide across the front of his nose to try and block him off at exit, but he does a lovely cut-back move. But now he's going to have the outside line, so we're going to try our favourite move now. Hook it on the curb, see if we can beat him to the outside. We do, but he sees it coming, he gets a lovely switchback again. Have a quick look over my shoulder, because I feel like with that few corners there, we've lost a lot of time fighting, but it was good racing there. It's what I like to see, and again, through this bottom corner we get a lovely run through, pick up the throttle super early. It's able to drive past them on the straight, but again, we look over to make sure when we're clear, and we do clear him, but that was great racing for those two corners. That was good fun. So now we've picked off another kart, so we're on to the next one now. Hopefully we can make our way up even more. You do get points for every position in these heat races, so the more places I can get will mean it'll be a less stressful final. to try and secure second in the championship. So across the line now to basically mark the halfway point through the race. We are into P4. P1, 2 and 3 are kind of... P1, 2 actually should I say are more checking out. P3 is directly in front of us. Again, as we get a good run through there, we do look to the outside but he blocks it off, so we're going to try and send one up the inside here. Try and sort of slide one up in front of his nose and try and block off his exit, but he does slide back underneath us again. So we try this inside line here. Does it work? Can we try and tiptoe around the inside? But nah, we can't. There's not enough room there. Not enough grip, and she just slides. Getting a quick look over the shoulder because we were compromised, but hey ho. Jumping forward a few more now, and we're right back on him again. Looking at it, first and second have checked out, so it's going to be more battle for third really. It's kind of all we can hope for. Again though, it just has to be clean whatever we do. We can't pick up any silly penalties. Okay, coming to turn 2, we go a little bit wide there and it kind of compromises our exit, but he also misses that curb and we get a lovely run through. We're able to get to the outside now and have the grippy line through this hairpin, which is quite nice now, so we're up to third. It's been quite a nice recovery, to be honest with you, from that appalling start, just getting stuck in the middle, but third is good. Good points. So coming on to the last lap now, comfortably in third place, but we see a car that's gone backwards across the grass. It was the guy in second place, so we're fighting for the lead, and it is a lovely gift. So we've more inherited second place there. Again, it's good for the championship. It's an extra point. It's one of those ones that I didn't expect it. We were too far back and I was more just stroking it home at that point, but we're going to cross the line to finish second. That's P2 in Heat 2 as well. So into the final now. So we do start P1 from our heat results. There is lots of points in available for the final, so we need to finish at least 4 positions behind our championship rival to seal second. So if he wins it, we have to come at least 4th, basically. So start wasn't too bad as we kind of go in the middle of the road, but the car on the outside gets a lovely run through the outside, and we do drop down to second off the bat. It's a lovely move there, just so much more grip, and just kind of walled a deft it round with the outside of me. But we do just settle into second. It's one of those ones though, we just need to kind of just stay with it. We don't need to win this race to secure second in the championship. As we come across a yellow flag here, and that will be this actually full course yellow into a red flag.
It was so good, they want to see you do it again.
And with that, the race has restarted, so I was able to retake my first position on the grid, which was very nice, so hopefully we can go better than last time. Well, we got a poorer start, but again, we're still side by side through the first corner, and again, the grippy line's on the outside, and the carbon copy, basically deja vu right there. It's a car behind us, goes really close, and I was a bit nervous there. It would be contact. We come into another yellow flag. Hopefully this is just a local yellow rather than a full course yellow. It is just a car that's just parked on tyre wall there. And we're kind of away, so at this point it's like, okay, currently second, it's all looking good. I basically know at this point if I just come within the top 3 or 4, we have got second secured in the championship, so just don't do anything silly and race hard, but also know what we're racing and who we're actually racing. So again here we're just following Morris into this corner, and he goes a little bit deep and he clips the tyre wall, and it does allow us to cut back up the inside. We do pull back in front, we do retake the lead there. Kind of has a little look to the nose there, but he does pull out of it, which is wise. I think that would only end in disaster for both of us. But again now we kind of get a good run through this bottom corner. Hopefully we can carry all the speed now on the straight. And at this point it's basically just kind of be sensible, Adam. Don't do anything too silly. Like, the heat win would be nice and the final win would be nice and you get the trophy, but it's more about the championship. It's what we're racing. Again, as we sort of now come into the final corner to finish the first lap, kind of see there is a little more of a breakaway of a few karts, but they are still quite close behind us now. So can't do anything too silly. So coming into these turn 2, turn 3 that I always kind of struggled in on the brakes there. We can see the car behind does gain on us. Gets a lot better run through that exit as well, and he does look to our inside. We go around the outside the corner, but he lovely little slide up in front there. Blocks off our exit, and it's a good move for Morris to retake the lead. Again, we're just going to settle in now and see what we can do. Quick little look over our shoulder to see who there is. But yeah, that move was so good. Just slid up in front, cut off our nose. We had to brake to not go into the back of him, and it cost all our momentum, but lovely move. Hopefully now we can just follow him, and it's a lovely kind of boring race would be what I'd hoped for. We'll have to wait and see if that is the case or not. But as it stands, we do know if we finish where we are, we will be second in the championship. Again, through this bottom corner where I felt like I had a decent run through there. The gap's kind of stabilising with the leader, kind of pulling a little bit to the people behind, so it's not too bad. It's all looking quite good. As we go into this corner, we go very deep, and we nearly drop a wheel in that mud. It's one of those ones where for like half a lap I was like, actually maybe if I push hard, maybe I can win this final. And at that point there, that near miss was basically the wake up call to, okay then, we know what we need to do now. Don't do anything silly. We were so close to dropping it there. Just be sensible. Bring her home. Don't try and be a hero. Don't try and get fastest lap. Don't try and obviously try and win it if you can, but don't throw it away whilst doing that. It's more of a wake up call really. Again, as you can see here, we are kind of maintaining the gap to the leader. We can see in the mirror though that 4th place is catching up to us. He's kind of catching up to 3rd as well, so I think as this race goes on, we might all sort of start to concertina up a little bit. Again, there's this going through this corner. It's just so kind of slippy. It was such a weird conditions out there. It's kind of really grippy on the front end, but not a lot of grip on the rear. I felt like I was just quite even to the leader right now, but we're happy where we are. Coming into the corner here where I get a lovely run through again. I was able to kind of get to that concrete apex and kind of just following him along, just trying to get the toe as we come into another yellow flag now. Just kind of have to back off quite a bit. Again, purposely backing off loads because it's like, again, don't want to get any silly penalties right now because that would be a horrendous way to throw it all away. So we come into this tight hairpin. The leader sort of mounted the curb and he's gone round, and we've kind of avoided action by going wide on the track. We'll take the track limits warning to avoid the crash, but it's easily done that. You just mount the curb, the cart kind of bottoms out. I've done that before in a practice session, and I've done it before in Thursday Night League, so I knew as soon as he mounted it, it was over. But then there was a long full course yellow for many, many laps, so we're going to cut through that and restart it when it's green. But the whole field now is all caught up together, all in one long train. Because of that long yellow, there's not many laps left now in this race. It's just kind of, again, kind of semi-bring it home. Don't do anything too daft. We know what we need to do. We do know behind us is Ash, who was pretty quick in all of the heats, to be honest with you. He was quicker than us in Heat 2. We did have the fast lap in Heat 1, so we did know he would probably get to us, but again, we're kind of just driving within ourselves, making sure we just bring it home. You can see he does get a good run behind. As we kind of come around this final corner now, we're going to see the clock for the first time, because during the yellow it was just the yellow flag board, so we can kind of see now just under 2 minutes left, so with 2 laps to go. So coming into turn 2 and turn 3 here, if you look behind how much Ash just gains on the brakes there, it's probably one of my weaker points of the track. It's one of those ones where, looking back, I felt we were quite similar in most places, but that corner especially, maybe a couple other places around the track, was where he would find a lot of his time. Again, it's just crucial now. We just bring her home. Again, we get a lovely little We're in for that corner. I think the car behind got a little bit of oversteer, which kind of pulls us a little bit of a gap. Again, looking in the mirror, we can see it is kind of a 2-car breakaway. It is basically just going to be me and Ash fighting for the win. 1.5 laps to go. Again, coming through this final corner, but we go a little bit deep, and we do miss the apex there. Kind of cost us a little bit. But down the straight, we will have a good run. Start ebbing away ever so slowly. Now going to be super cautious into this corner. Early in the race, we nearly dropped the wheel on that grass, and there would have been disaster. So we're just going to be just gentle. And then through here, we saw how easy it is for Morris to spin, and again, take it nice and gently here as Ash is all over us now. Side by side, and he dives to the inside concrete. He kind of hooks it up. He does a lovely little slide. We've had the lift out the front, which has cost our momentum a little bit, but we try and pull back alongside to try and retake the lead into the first corner. We're going to have the slippy inside line, but can we carry enough speed through? No, we can't. Quick look over the shoulder there, so we see it's just us two fighting now. So we start the final lap. I know it's just a case of, if I finish where we are, we definitely are going to be second in the championship. But if there's a move on, we will take it, but we're not going to do anything too silly. It's kind of just being smart right now. It's thinking, do I take mount the curb on the inside of the hairpin, or do we try and get him on the straight? So we'll have to see what we try and do. So right now we are still with him. Again, we kind of get a decent-ish kind of run, but he gets a better run through that corner than us, so too far back to mount that curb. Just need a good exit now. It's all going to be about this bottom corner. If we can get a good run through and carry some momentum, maybe we can pull alongside down the straight. It's probably our best bet. Again, we send it in as much as we can. We pick up the throttle super early, and we get to the apex curb. We are kind of there. We're starting to pull, and there's a yellow flag. Yellow flag, so neutralises our only overtaking potential there, really. So in the end, it is a second place in the final, which I will take that. So the results for this round: Heat 1, we got a second place. Heat 2, we got second place. In the final, we got second, which meant for this round we did come second. But because of that, we scored enough points that we did finish P2 in the championship, which was the goal. And then everything all done. Lovely fist bump there with Ash, because good racing with him, good fun, clean racing there. So yeah, come today with a goal just to play the percentages and get the points we could, and it all worked out well. Mission accomplished. So that's P2 in the championship, and a good end of a good season. On to the next one.